What's up, guys? LUI here, coming towards you yet again, discussing the same subject. It's an absolutely non-saluted situation, unheard of, told you about that, and it's not stopping. I mean, right now, pretty much, in a bad way, just take your bets. Take your, who's next? I mean, God knows, my DMs are not lacking. Basically, the sheer bulk, the sheer amount of concerns I'm getting through my DMs from everybody. I mean, gym goers, freaking gym bros, to pros. I'm talking about pros in the circuit. These guys are panicking. There is panic in the house. Tell you that much, right? As of late today, Mr. Vic Richards. Vic Richards did not compete in the IFBB as far as I know. Never did. He was the biggest bodybuilder of his era, right? Probably, I made videos about him back in the day. Made 2 or 3 videos about him. I still contend that he was probably the freakiest genetics we ever had. Pretty much. I'm telling you. I still stand by that statement. The biggest, freakiest, abnormal genetic. It's like myostatin, not even once. So a different level of, it's an abnormality. It's not being freakish like Ronnie Coleman or let's say Big Ramy. These guys are big in their own right. This guy was abnormally muscular. There are pictures of him when he was like, I don't know, 12, 13, looking freaky, natural. I think he's from Nigeria. So it's a myostatin stuff. And he was too big for his era, namely the Lee Haney era, right? He never competed with Lee Haney because he was just too big. Probably Joe Weider would have never given him Mr. Olympia. He was too ahead of his time. To be noted, while he was never that diced, but he never had a bubble gut bonanza life. He had, to the contrary, he had a vacuum, right? There's also that very famous FIBO in Europe, FIBO Expo. He posed next to an off-season Dorian Yates. I'm talking about Dorian Yates. Dorian is a freak. He was the biggest Olympia winner, right? He changed the game, obviously. He was next to him, I'm telling you. He was dwarfing Dorian, an off-season Dorian Yates. Dorian was a little bit more conditioned than him, but still. They were both big, and the dude was dwarfing Dorian Yates. Do I think he could have won versus Dorian? No, because it's more complicated than that. The back, but he was good. He was like an unpolished gem, with unrealized potential. He just disappeared. Nonetheless, he passed away today at the age of 56. That's still young. That's 10 years older than me. That's young, period. The fact of the matter is, there is panic out there. Right now, it makes no doubt, there is a, can I say it in this video? A pandemic of deaths out there targeting bodybuilders. Yesterday, my good friend Seth Ferrocci made a statement. It was published in several outlets, like Generation Iron and Fitness Vault, where he told it straight up. Guys, juice is dangerous. Juice has to do with what's happening right now, right? Because let's face it, everybody's taking the jab. I took the jab myself. Everybody's taking it. And to be noted, bodybuilders are dying on both sides of the aisle. Those who took the jab and those who did not take it. I'm telling you, right? But to be noted, it is known, I knew that, I had no doubt that basically juice basically affects the heart in a bad way. I've met bodybuilders in real life. I traveled with them. I'm gonna give you an anecdote. I was in the Sahara Desert. We were doing was freaking like dune jumping with on a 4x4. So there was that Afghani guy with us. He was our driver, very cool guy. He knew us. I mean, he was following me on my social media, but I had no clue. I thought he was thinking we're just tourists, but no, the guy was following me on my social media, so he was into bodybuilding. And anyway, he basically de-inflated the tires to make them basically dunes friendly in the in Dubai. And there were two guys with me who were big. They were a little bit more on TRT, which they call TRT, but a non-conservative TRT, right? Let's say that. They were big. But just the fact of them being in that 4x4 going through dunes, their breathing was not loyal. They were definitely out of breath already. Whereas me, I was chilling because I'm a small dude. For me, it was funny at best. It was like a roller coaster, but these guys were almost in panic mode. So you need to comprehend when you carry in a weight which is not natural for you. Let's say you're carrying 40, 50 pounds over your natural limit, that's taxing. That is taxing. Furthermore, this is muscle. Muscle is more complicated than just fat cells because they're active, they're energy consuming. See what I mean? So it's a different ball game. So right now, it makes absolutely no doubt that bodybuilders are more affected than the general populace, to be noted. Panic is in the house. These guys cannot speak because they're still in the circuit. Seth Feroce, he said that he is on TRT now. So he stopped. He's no longer competing. And those who do not know Seth was a big dude. He could have won the 212 if he put his mind into it. But, you know, he's a family man, decided to drop from the circuit, and right now he is just on TRT. So that's that. That's my view on it, guys. Again, let me repeat, I do not think it has to do with the jab solely, because people on both sides of the aisle, those who took the jab and those who did not, are still succumbing to this basically plethora, a slew of death basically happening. And unfortunately, I was talking to one of my friends. He's a pro, classic physique pro, very high in the circuit. And we're just saying, who's next? Who's next? Like, talk to you tomorrow. Like, you wake up every day and there's a new one. So that's that, guys. Be careful. Be careful. Especially regular gym goers, gym bros. Dude, this is not your livelihood. I comprehend that you can do it on a recreational level, just to be big. But remember, there is no free ride in this bitch, dude. Repeat after me. You play, you pay. You play, you pay. Is it worth it? I'm receiving some accounts from dudes who changed their mind because they have a family now. Take a look at your kid. I spoke yesterday to Boston Lloyd. You guys remember Boston Lloyd? I didn't catch up with him since a while. What's up, dude? How you doing? He said, yeah, well, because I saw him. He posted some pictures of his Halloween costume, and he lost all his gains. I mean, Boston, take a look at his social media. He lost all his gains. What's up, Boston? Are you on TRT? He said, yeah, bro, I'm on TRT, but I have no choice because I lost my kidneys. Boston had a kidney failure. I had no clue. And that's not all. The most astonishing thing, and I published this about it, people did not believe it, but he told me, bro, as soon as I jump on my dialysis, so he will do dialysis and he will jump on juice right after. So he is planning to compete, right, all the while being on dialysis. Try to compute that. So there are people who are extremes. I salute Boston because this is him. He told me that he did some sort of an experiment. He took a substance that destroyed his kidneys in a mere month. So that's that. Boston is in his 20s. Boston is like 20 years younger than me, and his kidneys are gone for good. It's not like a spare tire, right? A spare piece you can change in your car. That's right. But even with that, he has a kid. He plans to go on dialysis and jump on the juice. His plan is to win a show all the while being on dialysis. So try to compute that. For a regular person, this is insanity. I mean, the comments were definitely, people were shocked. Of course you will be shocked. But there are people like that. Whereas you, a regular gym goer dude, keep it creatine, BCAA, proper pre-workout. If it's not broken, don't fix it, dude. And that's it. Tell me what you guys think. I know that a lot of you guys thought and still thinking it's solely has to do with the jab. I contend not. I contend not. I think it has to do with the infectious factor that we cannot mention. You know, the thing that infects people basically affects, let's see, you know, people who are not bodybuilders are succumbing to it. So imagine if you're a big bodybuilder, I think you're just more fragile to it. That's what I think. I think it's the V that is basically causing this, not the jab. God bless you, and be absolutely saluted.